Hello and welcome to our nightly news. These are the headlines. In recognition of his dedication to youth and sports and his efforts to support Algeria's role in Africa's progress, the African National Olympic Committee awards President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune the Gold Medal of Merit for African Olympic and Sporting Achievement. President of the Republic announces Algeria will host the African School Games on July 25th, expressing hope that the event becomes a regular tradition across the continent. And France's far right is sticking to its anti-immigration hate speech and accuses Algeria of unfair advantages, a claim sparking debate on how France is benefiting from its ties with Algeria. Ramadan, a month of sharing and solidarity. In Paris, an iftar was held for Algerian students, bringing them together for a warm gathering to share experiences and break their fast. Welcome back, everyone. First of all, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received members of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa. The ceremony was attended by the Principal Private Secretary to the President of the Republic, Boualam Boualam, Sports Minister Walid Sadi, and Algerian Olympic Committee President Abdelrahman Hamad. On behalf of Africa's youth and young people worldwide and under the values of tolerance, culture and the Olympic spirit of victory and joy, in the name of Algeria, a nation of ambition and loyalty to rising and successful Africa, the Executive Bureau of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa and members of the International Olympic Committee presented the Gold Medal of Merit for African Olympic and Sporting Achievement, awarded to heads of state, along with an honorary gift to President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune. This honor recognizes his dedication to youth, sports and Africa's development, as well as his efforts in advancing Algeria's role in the continent's progress.
اسم الشباب والرياضيين في إفريقيا والعالم أجمع، وتحت راية التسامح والتعايش والقيم السامية التي يحملها الرياضيون في محافل الألعاب الأولمبية وفي مضامير التألق والفرح وإعلاء الرايات في المنافسات الجهوية والدولية. باسم إفريقيا المستقبل، قارة النهضة بشبابها، شبابها الحامل لروح التحدي والأمل. باسم الجزائر، بلد المجد والشباب والتضحيات والطموح وموطن الوفاء لإفريقيا، وعلى أرضها ملعب لنيلسون مانديلا الذي يرمز لعمق الجزائر الإفريقي والتزامها الكامل بقضايا القارة، ويعبر عن جزائر الإنجازات، الجزائر الناهضة المنتصرة. ونيابة عن رئيس الجمعية اللجان الوطنية الأولمبية الإفريقية السيد مصطفى براف، أتشرف بأن أعلن عن قرار أعضاء مكتبنا التنفيذي لجمعية اللجان الأولمبية الأفريقية أكنوا وأعضاء اللجنة الأولمبية الدولية CIO منح الوسام الذهبي، وسام الاستحقاق الأولمبي والرياضي الإفريقي الممنوح لقادة الدول. أعلن عن منح هذا الوسام لفخامتكم رئيس الجمهورية الجزائرية الديمقراطية الشعبية فخامة الرئيس عبدالمجيد تبون، تقديرا لرعايتكم السامية للشباب والرياضة، وعرفانا وامتنانا لسهركم على مساهمة الجزائر في نهضة إفريقيا وتألق شبابها ورياضييها وطنيا وفي المحافل الرياضية الإقليمية والدولية. سوف أدعو عميد أعضاء اللجنة الأولمبية الدولية من إفريقيا ورفيق المناضل الإفريقي الزعيم نيلسون مانديلا السيد سام رمسامي لتقديم وسام الاستحقاق، كما أدعو أن يرافقه السيد هابو جوميل أحمد رئيس اللجنة الأولمبية لدولة نيجيريا العضو الفخري للجنة الأولمبية الدولية وأمين مالي اتحاد اللجان الأولمبية الإفريقية ليتقدم بتقديم هذه الهدية الرمزية التي تعبر عن جزيل امتناننا.
Photo, please. Thank you.
And now, please, liberation.
Very beautiful. Vive l'Afrique.
Long live Africa.
During his meeting with members of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, and after being presented with a gold medal of the Olympic Order of Merit, the President of the Republic reaffirmed that Algeria will host the African School Games on July 25th, expressing hope that the event will become a regular tradition across African nations to foster unity among African children and nurture a new generation of athletes. On this occasion, the President of the Republic took a souvenir photo with members of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa. After awarding the honor to the President of the Republic, the head of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa stated that the decision reflects the President's efforts and his growing commitment to the youth of Algeria and Africa.
احنا سعداء جدا بهذا اللقاء مع فخامة رئيس الجمهورية.
We are very happy to meet the President of the Republic. You are aware that within the framework of a decision taken by African Olympic Committee and the members of International Olympic Committee to grant a gold order of merit for presidents and kings to the President Abdelmajid Tebboune, regarding his immense efforts and keenness put in the faith of young people in Algeria and Africa. We are very proud of this meeting and we wish that Africa and Algeria, as well as the level of the Olympic African action, remains at the required level.
المطلوب يعني في القيمة العالمية.
And for his part, Ahmed Abul Qasim Hashim, Secretary General of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, expressed his appreciation for the President's efforts in developing major sports facilities and his commitment to African youth.
نحن سعداء جدا اليوم أن نلتقي بفخامة الرئيس عبد المجيد تبون.
We are very happy today to meet the President Abdelmajid Tebboune and to express how meaningful his efforts were for African athletes. We then realized that such large and luxurious infrastructure bear the name of Nelson Mandela here in Algeria. This reflects the gratitude of a land that fought relentlessly to gain its independence. 1.5 million fell martyrs for this land. We can also see the results achieved by Algeria as he welcomed a number of international and continental sports competitions. We thank the President of the Republic for all these sports infrastructures built during his mandate and for his attention given to the youth. Africa is a continent for the youth. We must accompany young people. I think that sports could achieve social peace so that our young people could rise Africa and Algeria while transmitting these values from generation to another.
فيما بعد جيلا بعد جيل من أجل إفريقيا ومن أجل الجزائر ومن أجل الإنسانية جمعاء.
Nigerian Minister of Sports now and Chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, conveyed his country's President's personal greetings to the President Abdelmajid Tebboune. He also praised the President's vision and efforts to advance sports across the continent.
We are very happy and it is a great honor to be here in Algeria and convey these special fraternal greetings from the President of Nigeria, Mr. Bola, to his brother, President Tebboune. I am very comfortable with the wise advice and sound vision that the President has provided us with, and we thank him for all the tremendous work and efforts made for the benefit of sports, as he insists that all African countries rise collectively to improve the level of sports on the continent. which will allow us to gain the largest number of medals in all sporting events. I'm also happy with the idea of investing and supporting school sports, which is considered as a key to promoting African sports, and all African countries are adopting and will participate in this survey. I want to express my gratitude to the Algerian people and to President Tebboune for the sound initiative taken in this context. We are also happy with this meeting and everything we have seen in Algeria. I want to congratulate my friend, the Minister of Sports, on his election as a member of the Confederation of African Football, which will now allow Algeria to have a voice in a sports scene in line with the vision of President Tebboune. I thank him very much for this tremendous work.
The French far-right, constantly seeking scapegoats, has launched French accusations against Algeria, claiming it benefits from supposed French aid and fails to honor bilateral agreements. Leading the charge is Bruno Retailleau, again a figure that keeps promoting a baseless and misleading narrative, since France is the only country that is truly benefiting from these ties.
The Algerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has brought to the forefront a long-ignored issue, the real estate that Algeria has made available to France under highly favorable conditions. Despite numerous bilateral agreements, Algeria enjoys no comparable privileges in France, yet Paris continues to benefit significantly from these agreements. In total, France occupies 61 properties on the Algerian soil, paying ridiculously low rents. Among them is the French embassy in Algeria, which sits on 14 hectares in the heights of Algiers, leased at a rent so insignificant that it wouldn't even cover the price of a modest maid's room in Paris. The ambassador's residence, spanning 4 hectares, was rented for a symbolic franc Andre lease price and charged since 1962 until August 2023. Many agreements have allowed France to enjoy significant advantages in Algeria. A prime example is the 1968 agreement, which Paris frequently criticizes while conveniently overlooking the immense benefits it has reaped, particularly in terms of the Algerian labor, which played a major role in rebuilding France and driving its economic growth. Another striking example is the 1994 agreement, which governs trade and investment. In practice, this has mainly served to grant French companies highly favorable conditions in Algeria, restricting opportunities for Algerian enterprises in France. Once again, the imbalance favors France. And in response to this situation, the Algerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs recently summoned the French ambassador to Algeria, Stéphane Romaté, to address these long-standing concerns. And regarding this topic, Paris wants to open the debate on reciprocity and respect for the agreements, and relies only on its misleading narratives that manipulate public opinion. While the truth is, France is the one who is truly benefiting from these treaties and failed to honor the past commitments, and for decades it leveraged every agreement to its advantage, and before demanding accountability, it must first be held accountable itself.
And while he thinks there's a successful strategy to win the presidential race, this French interior minister is totally ignoring France's own economic problems, racism and the tragic consequences of police violence. Ms. Alila Balaman explains how Retailleau's strategy is dividing France.
Ever more defiant, Retailleau doubles down and issues a warning. He will resign if France backs down on what the French media call the Algerian dossier. Determined to harden France's stance against Algiers, despite Algeria's firm adherence to international law, he continues to inflame public debate with incendiary rhetoric. His obsession, OQTF's obligations to leave French territory. These measures, designed to expel undocumented foreigners, have become his political weapon of choice. Retailleau makes no secret of his desire desire to ramp them up, targeting Algeria in particular, even if it means bypassing legal frameworks, a reality exposed multiple times in recent months. Algeria is the perfect scapegoat in a country where the OAS was once glorified and colonial crimes were swept under the rug. As Retailleau vies for leadership of Les Républicains, a party that veered even further to the right. His rhetoric serves a calculated purpose to seduce a reactionary electorate nostalgic for French Algeria and consolidate support ahead of the 2027 presidential race. Meanwhile, as the minister fixates on his ideological crusade, the French police, the institution actually within his jurisdiction, spirals out of control. MP Ali Diouara recently underscored the brutal reality. In France, a black or Arab person is 20 times more likely to be stopped by law enforcement than a white person. The country has been repeatedly condemned by European and international courts for its racially biased policing, with some of these discriminatory stops leading to deaths, many involving Algerian nationals or dual citizens. So Retailleau's strategy is clear: keep Algeria in the crosshairs to stoke fear, rally the far-right base, and mask domestic failures. France is unraveling, but the next move belongs to its leadership.
The Ministry of Religious Affairs has set this year's Zakat al-Fitr at 150 dinars, based on the average price of 1 kilogram and 200 grams of staple food. The ministry also called on imams to begin collecting Zakat al-Fitr from mid-Ramadan. Crackdown on speculation. Customs authorities seized 34 containers of speculative bananas at the port of Annaba. Speaking to the press, Major General Abdelhafid Bekush and Director General of Customs stated that the seized quantity exceeds 800,000 kilograms and confirmed that an investigation has been launched to uncover the details of the case. Okay, now let's have a listen.
We are present here today to supervise the season operation of 34 containers of bananas. As you know, the high authorities of the country, the President of the Republic, gave firm instructions so that the citizen could benefit from all goods he needs, including fruits and vegetables, at affordable prices. Unfortunately, there are people who are willing to do everything to break the law. Investigation will be launched and supervised by the local prosecutor to identify those involved in these operations as it enters within the framework of speculation aimed at preventing the citizen from his right to access goods.
Back to religious matters. Hajj ticket reservations open on Monday. The National Office of Hajj and Umrah announced that ticket bookings for the holy sites will begin at midday via the Algerian Hajj portal. The office has also stressed that reservation dates are final and cannot be changed, applying to all pilgrims, whether traveling with the office or through authorized travel agencies. During Ramadan, a month of sharing, Algerian Red Crescent reaffirms its solidarity by hosting iftar for international students, offering them support and trying to make them feel at home. Najatayar.
In a heartfelt gesture of solidarity during Ramadan, the Algerian Red Crescent offered meals to students from Palestine, Western Sahara and Mauritania, providing them with a sense of home and family.
We are pleased to welcome several international students here in Algeria today, including those from Palestine, Western Sahara and neighboring countries. This event is intended as a gesture of solidarity towards all brotherly Arab and Muslim people, as well as African countries who are united in collective iftar.
This event embodies unity and offers a warm welcome to these students. For many, it was a cherished opportunity to experience the spirit of Ramadan, even far from home.
I feel at home surrounded by my second family. We'd like to thank the Algerian government for this wonderful initiative. This comes as no surprise to us Palestinians. Algeria has always stood by the Palestinian people. This is a commendable action. All the people here are volunteers.
Ramadan is a time of generosity and unity, where the essence of hospitality shines through in a spirit of brotherhood and devotion.
In Ile-de-France, Algerian students came together for an iftar organized by the Consulate General, a moment of sharing, discussion and tradition, all in a welcoming atmosphere. Miri Salila Balaman reports.
Hearing the adhan together at the moment of breaking the fast is a rare privilege for Algerian students living abroad. This Saturday, the Consulate General of Algeria in Paris brought them together for an iftar in collaboration with the ICAF Association, which works to create networks between Algerian students and professionals in France.
Through CV workshops, internship searches, community events and activities related to Algeria and the diaspora, we aim to foster a spirit of exchange.
Sharing experiences, offering advice and building connections define the atmosphere of this gathering, enriched by traditional Algerian dishes.
I try to balance school life and professional life. We're here enjoying the moment and having a great time. Ramadan is about family, gathering everything around the table, our traditions and so on. We miss it a lot.
Beyond the conviviality, however, discussions also touched on more serious issues, such as the growing hostility in media and political discourse that affects their daily lives, sometimes in insidious ways.
For example, with my colleagues, I sometimes get subtle digs about what's happening right now. I find it unhealthy to manipulate public opinion against Algerians to divert attention from other problems France is currently facing.
Still,
nothing dampened the spirit of the evening, which was elevated by the presence of artist Hussein Islami, whose music warmed the hearts of these young students full of promise.
This iftar was perfect. I would like to thank the entire Algerian community for their solidarity. This iftar was not an isolated event. Every weekend, the Consulate General of Algeria in Paris organizes similar gatherings to provide students with a family-like atmosphere.
These initiatives align with the wise guidance and commitment of President Abdelmajid Tebboune, which aim to give a human and social dimension to the state's actions towards its citizens.
More than just a meal, this gathering was a reminder of the importance of connection and solidarity, especially when far from home.
وتحية الجزائر وتحية عمي تبون يحرم بايكم صحة فطوركم وتحية الجزائر وتحية عمي تبون.
That was it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.